everybody's going to have a completely different answer on this, but if your PPFD is between 800 and 900, that's always been the sweet spot for me. And I know some people like to hit the 950 or the 1000 PPFD mark, but I feel like you're playing with fire at that point, you know? I mean, I'm not going to stop you. You want to go for 950 or 1000 PPFD, I ain't gonna try to stop you. I mean, you want to go for 950 or 1000 PPFD, go for it, but that's not my recommendation. So if you want to go that high, hey man, I'm out. I got nothing to do with that. But if you so choose to go with 1000 PPFD, keep paying attention to your ladies, and the moment you see any sign of light burn, like the leaf tips curling upward, or you start seeing some nasty discoloration on only the top being affected of your ladies, definitely bring that shit down. The fuck, I sound like a hillbilly for a sec, bro. I'm from Jersey, bro. But like I said, my recommendation is 800 to 900, and I've been running a lot of the 300 watt LEDs, and I found that the best height for me is about 24 inches from the tops of my ladies. That's what I've always had them at during the flowering stage. During veg, I keep it like 28 to 30 inches. But anyway, that's what I've been doing with my ES300 and my Bloom Plus BP3000. Both of those are about 300 watts. And the ES300, that's the V2, not the V3, it's the older model. I know there's a lot of brands that recommend 18 inches, or it's crazy. I've even seen 16 inches, but let's be real. The only thing they give a shit about is to show you super high par numbers, so don't fall for that crap, all right? I haven't run anything insane like 600 watts. Okay, I will be running. I think I'm gonna get the HLG Diablo X. Like, that's supposed to be fire. I think that's like, what, 1000 watt LED, like legit. We're definitely gonna be upgrading when we get to that new crib. But anyway, that's always been the sweet spot for me. The next problem that's gonna absolutely kill your growth is bugs, spider mites, broad mites, fungus gnats, all of that shit, bro. If you're really truly worried about bugs and you're trying to deter a problem that hasn't happened yet, just get some biofungicide, spray it before you get to the flowering stage, and make sure to get some of those nice reflective sticky traps. Telling you, they're not going to be able to resist those aphid sticky traps, all right? And also make sure to get yourself a bottle of microbe lift. That way you cover infantry and airborne division. Now, once you get into flowering, you won't be able to spray anything, but at least you'll be able to take care of any kind of problems, pre-existing problems, or just to give you a little bit of peace of mind, give you that deterrence, you know, while you're in the vegetative stage. So it's going to help get rid of the pests before you get into flowering, or at least keep the pests away while you get into flowering. Now, if you have enough room, you can also try to grow some complementary ladies. I'm talking about like rosemary, mint, all that stuff. Like, you'll never, I'm telling you right now, yo, you'll never have to worry about bugs again, because they can't fucking stand that, yo. Like especially the rosemary. You're already doing a run. If you got the room for it, why not just make a little bit of room for some mint? I don't know if you guys ever smelled mint, but like back in elementary, I had this insane science teacher that created a park right by the school. Like, we would have this hill. When you go down into the field, it would be like flush with like the one side. You could have kind of like a walkway. But it was really cool because he created this habitat. I'm talking about my science teacher, for like a lot of animals, and he grew a lot of different stuff. When you would go in there, it would just be really minty, really super fresh. I don't know, it was a vibe. I mean, you're in 8th grade. You just go in there, you smell mint. It's like, oh man, dude, it smells pretty damn good, bro. Also, another thing, make sure to give your ladies that sugar, because they can break that down into energy.
What up, David Corey with the crap? Y'all need to go check out Big Bro.
Just for them to break down the carbs to create energy. You're not going to taste the sugar, so get the whole thought process that you're going to taste the molasses. Trust me, it doesn't work that way, guys. Like, molasses is so good during flowering, because not only are you providing sugars for your ladies to convert into energy because they're breaking down the carbs, but you're giving them a really good supply of magnesium, which I feel like is very slept on, but super important during flowering. Hopefully those are some really good tips you guys could use to help speed things up during flowering. And I know it can be really tough when you're seeing slow growth, but the biggest reason for me personally on why I've had slow growth in the past during flowering is because my lights were just way too close. I always fell victim to, oh, I gotta have it at 18 inches, I gotta have it at 18 inches. But once I moved those lights further away, they responded accordingly. So just kind of a recap, just make sure your lights aren't too close. Take the proper precautions with, like, we see you have to deal with bugs, you know, with the microbe lift. You could use those aphid reflective sticky traps. You could use biofungicides, so you kind of prevent yourself from the fungal diseases and all that stuff. So, man, honestly, you should be good to go. And if there's any tips that you guys want to add, totally drop it in the comments section below. And before we wrap up today's video, I want to thank everyone on screen for supporting us on Patreon. And for only $11.99 a month, you get access to all the secret, unlisted videos that YouTube does not want you to see. Smoke sets, live streams, or VIP Discord community, one-on-one grow help with me. So if that's something you're into, definitely check it out. And to everyone else,